Round right here, and we will take this one to the third and final round right here in Denver, Colorado. The third and final round in Colorado, as it goes to a draw on the judges' scorecards, they re-vote to see who is the busier, and that's who will win the fight. No provision for an overtime round on the elimination fighters in Colorado. They open up with some good strikes and then a couple of good leg kicks, and now Delman races across the cage, grabs Dusty Davis in an attempt to take him down, and there they go, down to the ground. But it's Dusty Davis now that could get this guillotine attempt in. Reid Delman now just posturing up, making sure he's got an air path so he can breathe. Davis now expending a lot of energy trying to secure this guillotine choke attempt in this third round, and now he locks up the body of Delman, and Delman patiently will work. He pulls the wrist of Dusty Davis to try to get out, and he does, and now he will work from the guard of Dusty Davis up against the fence of the cage of combat right in front of us here at the cage. Got a good angle on what's happening right now. It is Reid Delman that continues to work with two strikes with the left arm, and now he pushes Dusty Davis over across the cage right here. Continuing to work. Strikes with the right arm to the body of Dusty Davis by Reid Delman. And now they are stood up and will go back to standing in the center of the cage of combat. Delman tries a leg kick. Davis with a high round kick. Misses. And just as Davis tries to come in, it is Reid Delman that times it, shoots in, takes him down. We are told that Reid Delman at age 42 has been wrestling, we didn't know this until this evening, since he was about 13 years of age. So that puts him at nearly 30 years on the mat in wrestling in some form or fashion, which is very impressive. Also, another statistic, this is the first time that anyone from Eastern Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has ever fought in the kickdown, and that in itself, being that they are local from the Denver metropolitan area, is quite amazing considering this is the 76th event. Good strikes now to flurry by Reid Delman. Davis on his back, looking up, and looks up, and this fight is over, and we take this one to the judges' scorecards. One fighter will leave victorious right here, and one fighter will remain undefeated. We will see who that will be when the judges' scorecards are tallied up.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for these two warriors? We go now to the judges' scorecards for the final decision. Judge Joe Garcia scores this bout 30 to 27. Judge Hale Hilsabeck scores this bout 30 to 27, and Judge Tom Johnson scores this bout 30 to 27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Reid Delman. How about a hand for Dusty Davis? Ladies and gentlemen, the man standing to my left, first time he's fought the kickdown. Great school that you represent and train at, Eastern Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Middle East, and I believe the first black belt under Gracie. And so crazy, right. And you train there, you remain undefeated now, you run your record to 3-0, and I'll tell you, as the promoter at some point, if you're interested, I'd be glad to give you a title try down the line. Tell us about the fight and maybe what's on tap for you. Where do you go at 42? Obviously, you got the goods to deliver. You're 3-0.
Well, yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank Easton, BJJ, and Grudge over there with Trevor Whitman. And yeah, there's not a whole lot for me to do at 42 years old, but I've been wrestling for 30 years, and it was just exciting for me to get here in the cage and to keep competing. So and I want to thank you for getting me in here at the last minute, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, you fought a guy that was 3-0, you had him his first defeat. It goes to decision, and you can see you wrestling though. I've got one question for you. Right over here toward the end of the third round, you could have body slammed him, but you usually drop down to the ground. Is that a wrestling habit, or is it just safety for the fighter, or were you even thinking about that?
I think it comes from years of wrestling. And I wasn't really thinking about it, but it's competition, it's sport, and I'm not out here to injure anybody. And and I just wanted to take them down solid and not hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reid Delman.